Welcome back to Spend Too Much Diecast. What is going on, crew? Welcome back to the channel. To all my crew members, if you are new here, welcome to Spend Too Much Diecast. We do all different types of diecast unboxings: Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Jada, Fast and the Furious, full collections, full sets, all that good stuff. Alrighty, so the last video that I put up was a remix video with Dom's Eclipse back there. And I said in that video that I was thinking about doing a full remix video for you guys, just so you can see what's out there. So here you guys go. Here is going to be the Jada Fast and Furious remix. So I know there's a lot of mixed feelings on this remix collection, that I don't really feel that it was necessary to do. I get that they did it just to do a little spin to the collection. They might have had a dry spout where they needed to get some new cars out. But I am a huge Fast and Furious collector, so I got every single one that's out there. I don't really like the decos. I like the fact that they kept it the original cars. But this is what's out there, so I'm going to do this review for you guys, just so you guys can see what's out there if you want to buy them for your collection. If not, it's all a big preference. We do have a lot of cars coming out this year for the 20th anniversary, so I figured this would be the perfect time to do it. So originally, all these small 1/32 cars were found in the Jada Legacy series. Now you're able to actually find most of these in a single box. You don't necessarily need to buy the big Legacy series. Before, what you did is you got one car for the Legacy series, and then the car under it was a duplicate. Now you should be able to find all these in single packs. So I think we're going to start from the front, work our way back. We'll start with the 1/32 first, then go to the 1/24, and that'll be the video. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this. Before we get started though, as usual, go ahead, go down below, hit the subscribe button, join the Spend Too Much Diecast crew, give this video a thumbs up, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. We do put a lot of videos out here for Fast and the Furious, Jada, Hot Wheels, so if you're definitely fans of those collections, give us a subscribed, as we do have a lot of Jada stuff on this channel. All right, so first up, I'm going to try to get the camera here so we can see it. Hopefully it doesn't try to focus on the cars behind it. Maybe we'll cover them up. There we go, so we can see. All right, so the very first remix we're going to do here is we're going to be doing the original Supra, GR Supra. If you want the item numbers and stuff, they are here. We have done unboxings on all of these vehicles already. So down in the description, you're going to see 3 playlists. There's a Hot Wheels Premium Fast and Furious playlist, a Hot Wheels Non-Premium playlist, and then a Jada Fast and the Furious playlist. If you go to that Jada Fast and Furious playlist, you'll see every single unboxing that we've done for Jada Fast and Furious. There's over probably 100 by now. We've basically unboxed every single version that's out there. There are some older versions that I never got unboxed yet that I have, that we will be doing just to get them on the channel as well. So this is the original GR Supra that was driven by Han, driven by I think Jacob Toretto, all that good stuff. So this was the original right here. We're not going to go too in depth in it. And then they remixed it with this one here, which is kind of cool because they took a real car and did it as like a concept. So this is the Toyota FT1 concept car that they remixed it in. Basically, they took this vehicle and then put the paint job on here. Does have different wheels, all that different stuff, but that was your first remix. So this one came in a 2-pack. I think it came with this one, and then it came with the chromed out version of this one. So I have not seen this one in a single pack yet. I think in order to get this one, you still have to buy that Legacy series. But that is what they did. And it's got the Fast and Furious sticker on it. Of course, it is a Toyota, so they went Toyota with Toyota. You can see the engine in there. So that was your very first remix. Let me know how you guys think about that one. So that one wasn't too bad. Okay, then the next one we're gonna go with is this one here. And some of my cars are dusty, but so the next remix they did was they went with Dom's RX-7 and they remixed it with the RX-3. So this was the RX-7, which was his original car, and they remixed it with an RX-3, a 74 RX-3. So you can see the graphics on there are all the same. It does have the Toyo tires, side graphic, the 3. There's your license plate with the Fast and Furious, knowing that it came from that collection. So, I mean, it's kind of cool. I don't mind the remix if they went from, like, if it's a newer car and then they did an old version of it. That's kind of cool. I think that's cool. Hot Wheels did that as well. Or, like, say they take the Skyline and instead of doing the R34, maybe they would do like a 74 or something, or, you know, an older version of the Skyline. That I think is pretty cool. But making it a whole separate car, which you'll see coming up, is a little bit weird. So I'm not too mad about this one. Out of all of them, this one and the one we just did, I don't mind, because you're kind of taking an old version and a new version. Or if they had an older RX-7 casting, but I don't think Jada makes any of that. So there is your second remix. Like I said, that one I didn't think was that bad. All right, next up, what they did here is they did a remix of Jesse's Jada, and let's get that covered again so they don't zoom in. So they did a remix of Jesse's Jada and Johnny Tran's S2000. So these were the original. Then what they did was they took the Jada paint job and put it on the S2000. And then they took the S2000 and put the paint job on the Jada. So they switched them. I don't know why they picked these two cars. You kind of got a Euro and a JDM. But that was the remix they did, maybe because they had the beef in the movie when Johnny Tran, you know, told his guys to go Jesse after he raced him in race wars and ran away with his car. So that was the remix that they did. So basically, if you take the original Jetta with the side graphics, and of course this white Jetta is still one of my favorite castings, and they put that deco on the S2000. And there are a little bit of differences. One of the big ones is all these manufacturing logos here, when we never saw them on the Jetta. So either they never put them on the Jetta or they added them extra for the S2000. But majority it's because it's white with the graphics. They even added like the Wings West and stuff like that. Does have the DT like Jesse's did on the front. You do have the 4. Like I said, this one added more with all the Wings West and all the extra graphics. And same with on the back. Like, look, they even put like the Jada Design logo, Alpine. So that was the next remix. And then, sticking with that same one, they took the Johnny Tran's deco and put it on Jesse's Jetta. So this one has the NX. You got a couple of graphics there along with his logos. This one, they actually put the Gretty logo on it. They don't have it on the S2000. See the front. You got the same star. And to the side, you got all the same graphics. Of course, it's a little bit different. The one on the Jetta is actually a little bit more vibrant because it was newer. And then there's both your license plates. And there's your REMIX. Like I said, that REMIX, the only thing I can think about is because of the beef in the movie. Other than that, I don't get it. All right, next up, we have... All right, so this was another REMIX. Again, why? Because it's the two girls, I don't know. But you basically have Mia's Integra and Suki's S2000. So they on this one, they did both versions, and we'll show you the big one first, or the little one first, then we'll go to the big one. So basically, they took Mia's Integra and turned it and put the graphics on Suki's S2000. So graphics look about the same. Of course, they didn't match wheels or anything like that, but you got the DT, you got the 11, you got her graphics, you got the modern logo there. She didn't have anything in the front. The other side is the same. And then the back is a little bit different. They have the HKS, but they took away the Integra Type R because, of course, this is not an Integra. So that is that REMIX. So Mia's deco on Suki's S2000. Then what they did is they took Suki's delivery and put it on Mia's Integra. Again, same graphics. Of course, they have to do it a little bit different to fit the different body of the car. Fender there, it has the logo there, so that is about the same. Going to the front, so this on the Integra, you didn't get the veil slide logo. Of course, they had to shorten it down a lot compared to what they did there. This looks really small. I think they still could have made this bigger. Could have brought it almost to the tip of the hood. Here it goes to the back. They continue that through the roof to the trunk because the S2000 has its top down. Graphics here are about the same. You got them on the front, there. And then the back, of course, you got a little bit of the graphics by the exhaust coming down. They did the same thing coming down, Toyo tires, and by the exhaust. So there you go, Suki's delivery on Mia's car. And then they did go ahead and also do that for the big ones. And they didn't do many big ones. Like they never did Jesse's as the big ones. They never did the RX3 as the big one. And they never did the FT as the big one. So I know this one's going to be a little bit harder to see. I'll zoom out here a little bit. So there we go. Here is Mia's Integra put on Suki's S2000. Again, I think they did the graphics pretty good on it. You got the DT in the back, the logo, the number 11 on the door, the same modern on the bottom there. No graphics on the front. Let's swap cars and look. I mean, I think if they wanted to keep it real, they could have swapped the wheels and all that and had that the same as well. But they just kept the original wheels that showed up on her car. And then same with the back, you got the HKS, but no Integra. So that was the big one for that version. Then they did the same thing, opposite now. They took the Suki's delivery and put it on Mia's car. Let's see how this pans out on the bigger version. Of course, you get all the graphics. Graphics look the same. We got the aftermarket. Again, on the hood, the S2000 has such a bigger front end, so it looks a lot better than on the Integra. You get it on the top here going to the back. Of course, just the back here because you don't have the top. So that side looks the same. And then the back is a little bit different. Like on here, she has it on her spoiler, and on the Integra, they didn't. And then the back is the same here. Toyo tires, and then the logos. Like, they could even made that bigger. They could have brought that up more and put it all the way up the bumper. But that was that remix. So, like I said, they never did Jesse's as the bigger cars or anything like that. And then the last remix is actually the one we just did an unboxing on. So this one was kind of fresher. But since we're doing all the remixes, we'll do it here. So basically on this one, they took, and they didn't do the opposite, which was so weird. So here they took Dominic Toretto's Deco and put them on Paul Walker's Eclipse, which would turn out to that, but they never took the clips and put it on his RX-7. So I don't know why on this one they only did one of the versions. So if you take his Deco and put it on Paul Walker's Eclipse, you basically get this one. But like I said, they never did this graphics on the RX-7, at least not that I've ever seen out. So the graphics on this are pretty much the same again. They've got the 3 on it. They got the Toyo tires. You got the graphics in the front. Of course, the RX-7 has such a wider hood than the Eclipse, so it kind of looks a little bit different. But they gave you the DT logo. The roof is the same with the DT logos and all that good stuff. As for the other side, it is going to be the same. They kept it the same. And then nothing in the back. They did smoke out the taillights kind of like they did in the Mazda, but you can see the stickers for the Fast and the Furious. So that's how you know it is the series. But like I said, they never did the Mazda in the Eclipse Deco. So, but there you go, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this unboxing. Like I said, it was kind of cool to see all the remix versions. If you guys are interested in buying them, this is everything that I know that is out as of now, which is in the year 2026. So if there are other ones coming out later on, of course, they will not be updated in this video. But there it is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. We love putting out videos, especially Fast and the Furious stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoy this unboxing / review here at Spend Too Much Diecast. So until next time, everybody have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.